Hi everybody, this is the Football Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, the Hut. Welcome back to the Football Hut. Hope you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. We're getting awfully close to getting like 3,000 hours of views on here. I need you to watch the entirety of the videos that I post if you're a subscriber. And I'd love to get this channel monetized. This channel has been an undertaking that I didn't think would be this difficult. So I have not quite gotten the hang of it, so please bear with me. The content's a little bit offbeat. Here's from GiantsWire.com. No, GiantsWire.usatoday.com. Making a 53-man roster out of active ex-Giants. Let's get into this interesting article. The NFL is a league of significant turnover. Every offseason, team rosters are churned and free agency leads to the recycling of personnel. Earlier this week, they took a look at the production from all ex-New York Giants players currently in the league. That led them to think, could we make a 53-man roster entirely out of former Giants? Well, as it turns out, we could. Here are the ground rules we set for the exercise. All players, coaches had to have been on a 90-man roster or practice squad at some point during the 2023 season, dating back to March 15th, 2023, with one exception. Players who weren't in the NFL in 23 were still considered if they were active in another league, CFL, XFL, this past season. Players, coaches had to have been on the Giants' 90-man roster, 53-man roster, or practice squad for at least one day at some point in their careers. Construction of the 53-man had to be realistic and balanced in terms of numbers at each position, i.e. couldn't go one running back and 10 wide receivers. Players also had to be listed at a position they played, i.e. couldn't put a tight end on the offensive line. This is what they came up with. Quarterback, 3 quarterbacks. Interesting. Number 1, Geno Smith. Number 2, Cooper Rush. I didn't know Cooper played for the Giants. Number 3, Josh Johnson. Commentary. This was an easy and obvious decision. Smith is by far the best active ex-Giants quarterback in the league. Rush is a solid backup, and Johnson's a savvy, experienced veteran. Interesting. Running back, there's 4 running backs. Cole Clement, Antonio Williams, Sandro Platzgummer, and Chris Myarek. While this was not a great scenario for the team, most ex-Giants running backs were in the league in 23, and if they had been, the pickings were slim. Wide receiver, they came up with 6 different names. Odell Beckham Jr., Kadarius Toney, Richie James Jr., Jamison Crowder, Khalif Raymond, and Colin Johnson. This may be the best wide receiver group out there, but they would have some potential. A healthy OBJ will still be very productive, and maybe Toney finally turns it on at some point. James, Raymond, Crowder would also help the special teams unit. Next up, 3 tight ends. See what they have to say here. Evan Engram, Tanner Hudson, Jordan Atkins. Engram may not have lived up to his potential in New York, but he sure has in Jacksonville. He's arguably one of the best tight ends in football at the moment, and this team would need that production given their thin wide receiver group. Hudson is also surprisingly productive. Offensive line, 10 players for the offensive line. Left tackle, DJ Fluker. Left guard, Nick Gates. Center, John Feliciano. Right guard, Kevin Zeitler. Right tackle, Cam Fleming. Offensive tackle, Jalen Thomas. Offensive tackle, Roy Matatuka. Offensive line, Will Hernandez. Offensive lineman, Max Garcia. Offensive lineman, Evan Brown. The tackles sure aren't going to inspire much confidence, but once again, the pickings were slim. The interior offensive line is solid and the reserves are quality players, but just like the Giants in real life, this team has made changes on left and right. Ain't that the truth? Defensive line, 6 players. Leonard Williams, B.J. Hill, Dalvin Tomlinson, Jonathan Hackins, John Jenkins, Austin Johnson. The Giants sure do churn out quality defensive linemen, don't they? Don't they? Although this group is aging, looks like one of the team's best units on paper. All 6 players are above average. Edge and linebackers, they have about 8 on this list. Lorenzo Carter, Jason Pierre-Paul, Marcus Golden, Romeo Okwara, Nico Lalos, Blake Martinez, David Mayo, Ty Davis. This is an interesting group, and most are probably past their prime. Still, there's some quality here. It could have been worse. Cornerback, 6 on cornerback. James Bradbury, Isaac Yodom, Eli Apple, Fabian Moreau, Antonio Hamilton, Corey Ballantyne. Except for Ballantyne, the group consists of seasoned vets. Bradbury had a down year, but could still produce in the right system. While Yodom and Moreau are coming off solid seasons, Apple would be barred from speaking to reporters and using social media. Safety. They have 4 safeties here. Julian Love, Jabril Peppers, Logan Ryan, Terrell Burgess. This is a tremendous safety group and would probably be the best in football today. Love had a career season. Peppers is arguably the Patriots' defensive MVP. And Burgess is a tremendous special teams asset. Ryan's a savvy veteran and locker room leader. Next up, special teams. Left safety, Tabor Pepper. Kicker, Chris Boswell. Punter, Riley Dixon. There wasn't an abundance of options here when it came to the special teams trio, but all 3 are solid players at their position. This is a very capable, although boring unit. The coaching staff. Let's see the coaching staff here. Head coach would be Dan Campbell. Offensive coordinator would be Sean Payton. Offensive coordinator would be Sean Payton. Defensive coordinator would be Steve Spagnuolo. Special teams coordinator would be Chase Blackburn. We could toss in Davis Webb as the quarterback's coach too. Well, that's a very interesting list, I got to say. I don't know what you think about this list. I hope I said some of these names right. I know there's one name I screwed up. But this is a interesting list. It's always interesting to see, who was here with the Giants, who succeeded after they left, and who didn't succeed after they left. And that's always interesting. Interesting. It's very interesting to see that. And hopefully you like this video. Again, if you're watching this video, please watch the entirety of it so we can get as many hours on this channel. Get this channel monetized, at least partially. Like I've said in the beginning of this video, I've had a very difficult time trying to figure out how to get this channel to make a little bit of money for myself. So that's my problem, not your problem. But thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Football Hut, and I'll see you later.